Welcome back to Aging Untold. When it comes to sports, a good coach will develop a pregame plan to get the win. That's a strategy that can also carry over into our personal lives when it comes to caregiving. Sam, why do you think it's important for people at any age to have a plan in place?
Oh, because the crisis isn't the fall. It's that unprepared scramble that goes on. And so pregame planning is always love, but panic is super expensive. When you have someone that's had a fall and you don't have a plan, or they have a hospital event and you don't know what's going to happen next, then you're calling up an agency and you're spending the big bucks to get 24-hour support in because you didn't have your ducks in a row, basically. And so this is just basic caregiving right here. Mm-hmm. And it's honestly, for our aged community, it's remaining in control.
Sure.
You know, everybody's so afraid of giving up control and not having a say-so. Well, if you pregame plan, it's your plan that we're going to implement. So talk about it early.
We used to be, everybody used to kind of put their head in the sand. You don't want to think about negative things and things like that. But we are living longer.
Yeah, we
and everybody's acknowledging it. So it's time to just start kind of talking about things in advance, because when you're in that fight or flight state and everything is happening, your memory is gone. So you're making decisions, you're spending more money because you're just at the whim.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think they feel paralyzed because they haven't started that first conversation. That's what I've heard over the years. How do I start? When do I start? I think you start way early and just open your mouth and say, what is your vision for your future? If something goes wrong with you, you get a medical diagnosis, how do you think you want? Do you want to be at home? Do you want to move into a community? What kind of therapy do you want to get? Get that conversation started early and then make it a regular, structured conversation. And then in that talk, ask them, what does your money look like? Can you afford the things that you want to do in your older age?
Right.
You could always say, hey, I was watching that show, Aging Untold,
Yeah.
that I told you about, and they were talking about this. That's a perfect conversation starters, because families are always going to do better when they talk before the crisis rather than in the middle of it. You're getting everybody on the same page so that these decisions aren't forced at the last minute. And when people have an opportunity to be a part of the conversation, they're going to be more comfortable with the decisions that are made too.
Yeah.
People need time to process, and they don't have time to do that in an emergency.
Well, you have the 5 Ps. It is, who are the people? Who are the people? Who's going to run point? Where's the paper? We've got to have paperwork in place. Healthcare proxies are numero uno right now. Where's the pills? What med list are you on, and who's taking what, when, where, and how? And then what place? Where do you want to be? Do you want to go here? Do you want to go there? Do you know what rehab you might want to go to? What hospital? And who's paying your bills while you're out of the house?
Yeah.
Because you don't want to come home to the electric being shut off.
Right.
Or the garbage piled up.
And don't forget to update.
And update
And
it all
don't forget
the
to
time.
update.
Right.
And then do your research. What's around? What kind of caregiving agencies are out there? What kind of assisted living's out there? What do the rehabs look like? Do you want in-hospital rehab or do you want skilled nursing rehab? These are really good things so that in a panic, you kind of know what direction you're going to go in.
Caregiving conversations are best when they don't start in the emergency room.
Amen.
When you're tiny and weak and vulnerable in a hospital bed, that is the worst time to be giving people instructions.
Yes.
So do it in advance.